G'day cheeky dogs, my name's Margie and I'm an Australian currently living in America. Today's video is going to be a breakdown of the Bluey Season 1 episode Hotel, which to me, it's a nice episode, but I think it's kind of average to be honest. But I'll talk about that towards the end. I'm going to show you all the things that I found out in this episode, all the extra little details that maybe you might have missed. I've been doing this for all of Season 1 videos, as well as some for Season 3 as well. So if you're interested in any of those, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, as well as that bell for notifications so you know whenever I release a new video. Future Margie here as well. This video is a giveaway video as well. There'll be details about it in the description box down below, as well as the pinned comment, and at the end of this video. So I guess the most interesting thing though about this episode is that there are a lot of animation errors / continuity errors realistically. I find it really interesting. Season 1, there's definitely a few more of these errors than what we see in Season 2 and Season 3, which of course is not surprising. These are the first few episodes that they made, so you know, they're getting in their groove. But I do want to point out some of the interesting ones that I found. So the very first one is actually in Bandit and Chili's bedroom. Above their bed is the family picture of them on the beach, and you can see the original design for Chili in that picture, where her sort of brown spot is... Which eye is it? This one. This one? Either way, her brown spot is like covering all the way down her face rather than just on her eye. So we've seen this in like the pilot episode as well as in the weekend, and it pops up a few times randomly throughout Season 1 where it's just an old animated error basically. It does get fixed later on in Season 2 and 3. The next animation / continuity error we see is a picture of the tennis ball on the beach. So of course our tennis ball is the Easter egg. Yay, we do see it in 2 pictures in this episode. But the first initial one is at the top of the staircase, but then when we see Bandit coming up the staircase, that picture is now all of a sudden down towards the bottom of the staircase, and a picture of Bluey instead is at the top. But when we go back and see the girls, that picture of the tennis ball is back there again. So just a small continuity error there. Our next one is again another picture. It is the picture of Bandit and Chili backpacking. Initially, we see this between doors number 1 and number 2, but then later on we see it again next to door number 6. And speaking of door numbers, they are just a little bit confusing. So initially we see Bingo putting door number 5 up at the end of the carpet rug, but then as the girls are going along, that actually becomes door number 4 that's at the end of the carpet rug, and door number 5 is the study that we see. So just a little bit of a change with the door numbers there and how they use them. And the only other kind of weird animation choice, I would say, not so much an error, but it's just the proportion sizes really. So when Bingo is holding the pot and the large spoon, they're literally the size of her body. And yes, I get that it is a cartoon, but generally Bluey is pretty good at making things like the right proportionate size, I guess, to each of the characters. So that's the only thing I just wanted to point out, is that they're basically the same size as her. So that is one really large pot and really large spoon. Of course, with the door numbers, as I mentioned before, we do see what's inside a few of them. So doors number 1, 2, and 3, we don't see inside of them. So if you have any ideas of what you think is behind those 3 doors, let me know in the comment section down below. But we do find out door number 4 is the girls' bedroom, door number 5 is Bandit's study, which I'm going to talk about in a second, and door number 6 is the toilet, and door number 7 is the parents' bedroom. So it is assumed that they're all on that same level. Now, as I mentioned, we do get to see Bandit's study, which is behind door number 5, and what a surprise I guess it was for all of us when we first got to see it, because it really heavily hinted at him being an archaeologist, which is something that they've never actually physically said in the show. It's only ever been up on the website underneath his bio, and it's just heavily hinted at when he talks about his job throughout Season 1, 2, and 3. Now, of course, in the study, there is lots of hints towards him being an archaeologist, as well as just dog bone jokes in general. The rug on the ground has little dog bones around the corners of it. We also see big bones and a dog-shaped skull in the cabinet, as well as gems and rocks, a tribal mask in the background as well, and a big chest with a key in it. I just did a theory video about Bandit being like this archaeologist who maybe could be a smuggler, or perhaps he's the Indiana Jones or Indiana Bones of the Blueyverse. So I think this is a really cute nod towards all of that with all of the things inside of his study. Now there are some sort of like music Easter eggs in this episode as well. So as Bandit is coming up the stairs initially to play with the girls, he is whistling a song.
Oh, Bingo, we have a guest. I want to be a crazy pillow. No, you're the crazy hotel helper. Aww.
And there's a bit of a debate as to what this song is. It is actually the exact same lyrics or same whistling melody as what is later used again in the episode Yoga Ball, so it could just be an original creation from Ludo Studios. Or a lot of people seem to think that it sounds a lot like a song from The Offspring, so Why Don't You Get a Job? Or it could be the song from the Beatles, Oobla Dee Oobla Da. I'm not really sure. I think maybe it sounds more like an original than it sounds like those two songs, but let me know what you guys think if you've heard that song and you think it sounds like either one of those. The other sort of music Easter egg we get is Chili when she's humming the Bluey intro song as she comes out of the shower at the very end of the episode. And it's also another kind of funny joke that I didn't pick up on the first time I watched it, but I have since then, is that the room that Bandit ended up saying that it'll do nicely is of course his own bedroom. But before that, Bluey actually says, oh, this room comes with a lady in the shower. And then Bandit's like, oh yes, well that will do nicely. So kind of like a little bit of a funny adult joke there, I think. And if you look in the background of their room as well, of course we have more dog bone decor. On the vase there, you can see the little dog bones going around it. So again, really cool little details that they've added into this episode. We get a little bit more information from Bingo about some of her favorite games and some of her favorite names as well. So in this one, she calls herself Slobber Dobber. The girls' nicknames throughout the series are always so interesting and so creative and funny. But also we find out that one of her favorite games is Crazy Pillow, and we see her trying to play this again through into season 3 as well. Now, something that I've noticed that might have happened to a few people in different countries with this episode of Bluey is when the girls are pretending to be like the news anchors and they're talking about the weather. In some countries, the scene where Bluey is smashing her sister Bingo's head into the bed has actually been cut. So if you notice that it's been cut from your episode, let me know what country you're in down below. But it is also funny as well that another little reality Easter egg, I guess, or reality TV Easter egg, is that Bandit makes the comment about, you know, TV is always just people shouting at each other, which is very much a lot like reality TV. Overall, for myself, this episode is probably like a 2.75 out of 5 long dogs, realistically. But what do you guys think? What would you give it out of 5 long dogs? For me, yeah, it was a nice, sweet episode, but I love the Easter eggs, guys. You know that. That's why I do these videos. And there wasn't a lot in this episode. It was, however, you know, a very good lesson, telling people that, you know, you have to let other people make decisions if you want to work together or play together. I think that is a really good lesson. And the game idea is fantastic as well. It definitely gave me an idea of a game that I could play with my children as they get older. So I have to give them kudos for that. But overall, I think for me, it was just kind of like a very average episode. It was fun, it was silly, but nothing insanely special like some of the later episodes are. So 2.75 long dogs for me, for sure. I wish there was a long dog in this episode. It's such a shame that there wasn't. Future Margie here, and I just wanted to let you cheeky dogs know that this video is a giveaway video. Thank you so much for helping me reach a new subscription goal. We are now at 30,000 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Hey, even this little girl is so excited. Hey! But to celebrate that, we are doing a giveaway for the Bluey or Bingo plushes there in the background. So if you would like one of those, just make sure you leave a comment down below. Yeah. You could leave it about literally anything, but ideally about this video or Bluey. Yeah, oh no, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. We'll be doing a giveaway for this video as well as 2 others, so make sure you keep your eyes out for those, and I will be announcing the winner on Sunday, December 18th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be doing a live stream for it. I know, if you're wondering what to do as well, always check back at that community tab. But yeah, just leave a comment and hit that subscribe button and you guys will be in for the win. Until then though, I've picked out a few other videos that maybe you might like to watch, and I will see you cheeky dogs in another video. Mwah! Bye!